x to the fifth minus x to the fourth minus 42x cubed. And I'm going to stick a 1 right there. We're going to use that later on. Okay? We don't really have to have it right now, but I might as well go ahead and just put a 1 right there. How many x to the fourth do I have? I have one of them. All right? Now, what do we have in common with all of these? All of them have an x, don't they? So we do have a common factor, namely at least x. So we're going to write this out. X to the fifth minus 1x to the fourth minus 42x cubed. We're going to write this out as x, 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 x. We have 5 of them because it's x to the fifth. Then I have my minus 1 with 1, 2, 3, 4 x's. Right there, x to the fourth. And I have minus 42 with how many x's? 1, 2, 3. And if you look at this carefully, you'll see we have an x in common, but not just one. We have 2 x's. We actually have 3 x's in common. And if I pull that out front here, I can write x, 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 the yellow, the pink, and the yellow as x cubed. Okay? What am I left with? A couple of x's right here. Okay? I write that as x squared. I have minus 1 times x here. Okay? And then we have the minus 42 because these 3 x's came out. All right? So that's your common monomial factor, and now we have to factor this part of it. Okay, so we're just looking at this, which has how many terms? 1, 2, 3 different terms. We're looking at what's inside the parentheses right now. In fact, we'll just write that down, what's inside the parentheses, and then we'll factor this, okay? 3 terms, but 42 is not a square, okay? If it's not a square, you're not going to have a perfect square trinomial. Okay, and it's not 2 i's because you have 3 parts here. You have a trinomial, a triangle, but this is not a square. So we're left with the mouth, which is no fuss factoring. Okay, all right, we got to eat the problem. If we can't find a nice little perfect square here, then we got to get the factors of 42. All right, using no fuss factoring here. We have a square here, but we don't here. All right. Hence, no fuss factoring. All right, no fuss factoring says copy down the x. There's your no fuss. All right. And then we need a template. And we want the factors of, we're going to have a 1 in front of this x squared. 1 times negative 42 is negative 42. So the product is negative 42. The numbers that you multiply are, the answer is negative 42, and when you add them, you get this number right here. Okay? So, let's start doing the factors of 42. 1 times 42, 2 times 21. I'm counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? 1, 2, 3 times 14 is 42. 4 doesn't go in a 42, neither does 5, but 6 times 7 is 42. Now, which of these do I use to give me a minus 1? Well, this gives you minus 41, so that's not it. This is minus 19, that's not it. There's minus 11. When you add these, you get minus 11. But when you add 6 and minus 7, you get your minus 1. Hence, we use 6 and minus 7. Now watch, 6 times minus 7 is minus 42. And when you add 6 and negative 7, you get negative 1. Okay? So now the 6 goes here. The 7 goes over here. All right? So, final answer we have, when I factor this, okay, I have my x cubed that I factored out, and then I factored this. I got these 2 factors. Final answer, x cubed, x minus 7, x plus 6. We started off getting the common factor of x cubed, okay, and then since I didn't have squares anywhere, I moved right down to the no fuss factoring technique for the x plus 6 and x minus 7. Okay, so we used the one common factor, and then we use the no fuss factoring down here. These have to do with squares, don't they? This is a perfect square trinomial. I didn't do that because we didn't have squares, okay?